Prussian-style education was once the perfect match for the Industrial Revolution. It was simple. Train people to be cogs in a machine. Punctual, obedient, do basic math, performing standardized tasks on assembly lines, with the same textbooks, the same tests, the same paths. We turned unique kids into replaceable units. Over a century later, this system is still here. But the world changed. It's no longer about steam engines and assembly lines. We now face massive computing network run by AI. In this new world, if you give a clear goal, algorithms find the best path in milliseconds. Give it clean data, and it makes more stable judgments than any humans. Any task that can be precisely condensed as turn A into B under set rules with maximum efficiency is an execution task. And now, such execution jobs have belonged to AI. The problem is, our education system is still training kids to be perfect executors. Memorizing answers, practicing standard problems, following the set path, using scores to measure everything, defining good or bad by accuracy. The result? We spend the most precious first 20 years of life training them into predictable, modelable, replaceable, human-shaped human APIs. This isn't progress. This is submission to AI. If education still has a future, it needs a total shift. It must focus on the two-way long tails that AI can't reach. On the front end, humans choose what AI should do. This choice comes from the questions we ask, our sense of beauty, and our joy. No matter how intelligent, AI can't decide those for us. It also comes from our endless curiosity and our persistence in the search for meaning. On the back end, it's us humans that pay for the consequences of these choices. Because AI can neither be rewarded nor punished for what happens in real world. This cost depends on a person's threshold for pain, tolerance for cost, respect for risk resistance, and irreversible causality. And it's how we respond to the consequences and responsibilities in the real world. In my article, I Choose, I Shoulder, Therefore I Am, I explained why choice and responsibility are core capabilities of human, as they are our cognitive sovereignty in the AI age. Therefore, I believe the mission of education is clear. Teach kids to make choices with soul and to pay a real price for those choices. The goal must change from creating standard people to creating uncomputable people. The uncomputable here doesn't mean weird or unpredictable. It means someone whose thinking is not suitable and cannot be identified or modeled by AI. Only such person can keep their cognitive sovereignty in the AI age. Part 1. Choice, the start of cognitive sovereignty. In the AI age, choice is how we claim our sovereignty. We used to think choice just meant picking from options. But in the AI native era, choice is a complete framework with 5 parts. First, will and intent. What do I truly want? Not shallow desires like, I want an easy life. But, what problem in the world do I want to explore? How do I want to participate in civilization's progress? Second, knowledge limits. Do I know what I'm choosing? Without knowing physical limits and logical rules, your choice actually is just a guess. True knowledge is about knowing the precise rules and conditions under which you deduce the world. Third, data sovereignty. How does my data help me choose? In a fully tracked world, every pause and hesitation can be precisely used to shape you. In this case, if you don't know how to use your own data in decisions, you're just a passive object. having no chance to negotiate with AI. Fourth, iterative questioning. After getting a good answer, can I ask one more question? This ability determines whether you can survive outside of frameworks set by others. Last, aesthetic judgment. When all options make logical sense, what's your final standard? Which life looks good to you? Which structure feels right for you? This judgment is the end of rational thinking. These 5 layers together form a person's cognitive sovereignty. In the AI age, this gives human existence its value and meaning. If education doesn't teach next generation how to choose, it is actually handing that right to algorithms. Part 2. 4 imperfect muscles. This above framework alone is not enough. For good choices truly happen, we need 4 muscles of imperfection to strengthen our ability to choose. First muscle, the right to be wrong. AI aims for the fewest errors. While human growth needs many errors, which may even seem foolish to others, to find our own way through the mess. The real danger is that AI systems assume all errors must be corrected. But a naive assumption in physics, an off-topic thought in an essay, an unrealistic career plan. All these so-called errors hold the most valuable sparks for us. Education needs a zone for error. Help each kid learn to move from reducing errors to using errors. Second muscles, choosing to go slow. The biggest temptation AI brings to education is instant feedback. Learning progress is thus measured in real time. This improves efficiency, but it's eroding a crucial ability. Can our children still complete a task independently without feedback? A kid ready for AI era must learn to complete something useless but important. With no instant feedback, no smart prompts from an intelligent assistant, just their own pace and own judgment. Deliberate slowing down means having the ability to proactively slow down, where you actually could be faster. This is how we keep our own pace of choice. Third muscle, structured ignorance. Technology creates the illusion of omniscience. Everything can be searched. Ignorance is a flaw, so we become unwilling to endure deep work in any single field. Truly powerful education isn't about filling all blanks. It's about teaching students to live with unknown. They should be able to say, I know this is important, but now I'd rather save my limited brain power for other things that worth 10 years of my life. Fourth muscle, data privacy. The sharpest weapon of AI-driven education is the panoramic data control. Every click, every facial expression, all becomes trajectory in data. For a detailed student profile. On the surface, it's personalized teaching. In truth, it makes humans give up before AI's all-seeing lens. We must teach kids how to resist AI's quick, seductive pleasures, how to identify and protect their most vital data and privacy, how to avoid lying flat before AI, because that is precisely where we start relinquishing our cognitive sovereignty. Part 3. Responsibility. Heaviest proof of sovereignty. The more powerful AI becomes, the bigger consequences for society. But who bears those consequences? Obviously, only humans. We can never reward or punish a machine. So bearing consequences is the duty of the human users of AI. It's also the proof that our sovereignty is real. We must teach every kid how to bear consequences. It starts with knowing one's own limits. It's not just saying, I'll handle everything, but rather, it's about having self-awareness. Knowing where is your mental limits, physical limits, and what consequences can you afford to pledge. AI's abilities have no limits, but the costs we can bear must have limits. These costs can be divided into 3 levels. The first layer is financial responsibility. It decides how a person uses AI to engage with society. Will you give up a stable high salary just for a chance? Will you invest real money in a project and dare to admit, I might not get this back, but I'll give it a try? At a deeper level is mental responsibility. This includes time endurance. Are you willing to commit 10 years, enduring long periods with no visible results? Failure endurance. When great effort still leads to failure, can you calmly say, this is my choice, I accept it? And solitude endurance. When most people don't understand or even oppose you, can you move forward based on your own judgment? The deepest layer is physical responsibility. Real pain, fatigue, and resistance are the things that AI can understand, but cannot experience. It can subtly polish the narratives and beautify raw data, but it can never fool our bodies that have experienced injury. A human body that can feel pain, can bleed, can be hurt. This is our final bargaining chip. Because of this bargaining chip, even in age of all-powerful AI, we can still say, I will bear this consequence. Part 4. New roles for family and school. What parents really need to do now is not to shield kids from all risks, but to shift from making choices for them to supporting them as they face the consequences. This means let kids make wrong choices within a controllable range, such as an unsuitable hobby class in childhood, a harder path in middle school, a less safe subject in high school. Parents should just watch them fall, offer a hand up, instead of filling every pit for kids ahead of time. Parents should set an example through your own choices and responsibilities. Don't just tell the success stories. Be honest about what wrong choices have you made. Which of these consequences, though painful, you don't regret? Tell the kid the key shift is from "can I do it" to "am I willing to pay the price?" When a kid can say, I know this path won't be easiest, but I want to choose it. At that moment, they begin to transform from someone being educated into the self-educating one. And schools don't need to scrap all the current subjects, but need to rewrite the rules behind educational goals. Science education should shift from problem solving to decision simulation. Ditch pure calculation. Make class a modeling lab. Don't just ask for a standard answer, but ask,
can anybody tell me what happens when
if one variable change, what happens? Humanities and arts education should shift from memorizing facts to judging value. No more memorizing tasks, but training kids to decide what is good among works. In history class, let students stand in someone's shoes and decide, what would you choose? PE and labor classes need to be remade into hardcore responsibility training grounds. These challenges should be difficult and risky, but within controllable boundaries. Walk 1 more kilometer when already exhausted. Water a tree every day and make it live. Fix something with your own hands. These experiences will tell you who you are, where your limits are, and how much you weigh in this world. This video is quite long, not because I want to run a school, but because in the shift to an AI native world, I think education is one of the core issues. But in reality, the old Prussian education is still stubborn. This is a structure forged by college entrance exams, job competition, and deep anxiety of countless parents. However, I still want to remind everyone repeatedly that when AI can far surpass us humans in everything comprehensible, And when the position of perfect executor is destined to be occupied by machines, the purpose of education is to teach a child how to establish their own cognitive sovereignty in an era where AI can do everything. That means I know what I want. I know what I choose. I improved my path by asking. I defined the value by my aesthetics. I am ready to pay for this with my body, my mind, and what I own.